Hello everyone, my name is Veerpal and my friend Deep is going to tell you about an Indian woman in this video. Her name is Bai Shinde. She have done a lot for Indian history, especially for the women of India, but still unknown for many people. So we decided to give you some information that who she was and how she contributed to make the condition of women better for Indian history. Bai Shinde was born in 1850 in Buldhana, nowadays called Maharashtra in India. Her father was Bapuji Hari Shinde. She belonged to a very small town, therefore there were no schools and education system for girls. So her father decided to teach her at home, and she learned Marathi, Sanskrit and English language by her father and became the first Indian feminist literate critic. Being a woman and living in a society where males were considered to be superior than women, Bai Shinde noticed a lot of inappropriate things happening to every woman's life. So she wrote a book in 1882 called Stri Purush Tulna, a comparison between men and women. The book was published in Marathi and gave us an idea about patriarchal system and religion-based society which treated men and women very differently. Stri Purush Tulna was the only writings by Bai Shinde and did not get any recognition for many years because people thought that it was against religion, social norms, and it showed the reality of male-dominant society of 19th century. But an American writer republished this book in 1975 and people came to know about Bai Shinde, and especially women could relate to her ideas. India has come across a long history from being a slave country to independent nation, and we have gained success in industrialization, economy, politics, and education. But the only thing that never changed is women's condition. They were always fighting for their rights, which is still present in today's society. And people always tell them how to behave, how to live their life according to society and religion. In her book Stri Purush Tulna, Shinde said that the Indian men, especially the elite ones, are trying to follow Western lifestyle. They try to dress up like them, they try new foods, whether it's vegetarian, non-vegetarian, or they live their life very freely. But when it comes to educate their women, they always said that a religion is most important to us and the religion does not allow a woman to go outside and study.
By continuing the information, her book has 40 pages in the favor of women, and reason behind her writing was to make a change in the world, and she was hoping that people will understand what they are doing with women and from what they are going through by treating them as criminals because there was not any choice and right for them to live a happy life. Her points and questions were very clear about what she felt about women's situations on that time and all the problems mostly women were facing. She said this partiality thing is created by our own word, and does God created all the faults in women and men were perfect on that time? Because there wasn't any restrictions for men and no questions what they were doing and how they were treating their ladies. There were a lot of misconceptions on the basis of religion also, and all these thoughts creation is by our own word because men cannot control their thoughts towards to women's body and her sexuality. So women were not allowed in religious places like Haji Ali Shreen. It was told to women that they might distract them and that will break men's religion faith. As a social reformer for the betterment of women's situation, she blamed men because the feeling of men's Regarding women's body, the people were blaming women, so she fought for women education because education can make a change in women's thought and then they can raise voice against it, and also ask for widow marriage to start a new life after death of lady's husband. Men were allowed to marry again and women used to burn forcefully with their husband's body. Women had restrictions not to go out. The reason people used to get behind the restrictions were safety of a girl, but there were rapes done by people. His own father and husband disrespected her. Even in today's time, laws are against it, but nothing changed because the Nirbhaya case happened was very painful. As a girl, I can imagine her situation and the pain she had on that time. Nobody can explain it. At last, by winding up, I just want to say that there should be strict actions taken by government regarding that in India. And thank you for watching our video. For any question you can ask us, and if there is anything you want to add or any comment, you can visit to our YouTube channel, that is Jasdeep Kaur Sangira. Thank you so much.